Real talk, I'm hearing here, United paid for his ticket, but it was a one-way ticket, fam. And he's been trying to call up. He's been trying to call, I don't know, if BA do flights. He's trying to get a return flight. And Man United have a block on them.
Man United
Woodward said, no, you're not coming back.
Man United sent him to Mordor, fam. Man's in Mordor doing up the ring, bruv, looking for his precious, bruv. Like,
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yes, people, another edition of Nights of Roundtable Discussions where we discuss all sports all the time. Got my guy, The Truth, with me. How you doing, sir?
All good in the hood, man.
I'm glad to hear it. People, I did say that what you talk was going to be on a sabbatical, but, you know, we just couldn't stay away. We had to get something in, obviously, international.
It gives
break.
us time to talk about, you know, West Ham. I know you wanted to talk about West Ham.
Day. No. West
the managerial merry-go-round minus Gollum.
Listen. West Ham getting the main footy talk, bruv. They will be in the Prem show.
No one cares about...
Truth. No. Truth. You said last week, if West Ham beat Liverpool, we're talking about them. So that's what we're doing next week.
No.
Listen. About West Ham.
These West Ham fans are starting to annoy me. You don't understand. All of a sudden, everyone is a West Ham fan. People I didn't even know they're West Ham fans saying, "Oh, we're the number one team in London. We're the top team in London." I'm like, shut up.
Like Chelsea don't exist.
That's the joke. They're like, what are you talking about? Oh my days.
West Ham are getting their own segment next week in the Prem show, bruv. They
don't deserve. Hey, shame they're third, you know. That's the joke.
Exactly, bruv. That's what I'm saying.
They still don't deserve it. They still don't deserve it. Let them do something. Let them win a trophy.
The man said, nah.
Freaking West Ham.
Nah. People,
this segment is only for teams that win trophies and Man United.
Hey, listen, West Ham fans, don't you worry. I am here by your side. You will be in the show. You might even kick off the show next week.
If we're talking about dead teams at West Ham, we might as well talk about teams like freaking Newcastle. Oh, crap, Tuesday.
No.
Hey.
Where's he going? Oh, you probably having a smoke or something. But yes, people, Footie Chat is here. You can see by the joy from myself and The Truth that the Premier League is on hold, bruv, even though The Truth has nothing to be upset about because it's Arteta in.
We'll get to that.
Yes, people, as usual, before we start, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up, all that good stuff. Share. Smash that like button. We are here. And don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. The Truth brought me on. What's this guy typing in the... Man said he came to catch a vibe.
Hey, this guy's saying, yeah, what's it? Like there's a sabbatical. Football don't say sabbatical. In the last week, Smith has been sacked. Fark has been sacked. Who else?
Steven Gerrard's been hired.
Gerrard's been hired. You know, Nuno got sacked 2 weeks ago. Did we even discuss Nuno?
Yeah, we did. We did. Remember, we did half the show last week about.
That's the joke. I just realized. Yeah, Nuno sacked. Ole's still in a job, but he's on holiday. Man went Norway.
I'm hearing man's not on holiday, bro. I'm
hearing, yeah.
Man's ducking the law, fam.
I'm here. Listen, real talk. I'm hearing, yeah. United paid for his ticket, but it was a one-way ticket, fam. and he's been trying to call up. I don't know if BA do flights. He's trying to get a return flight. And Man United have a block on them.
Man United.
Woodward said, no, you're not coming back.
Man United sent him to Mordor, fam. Man's in Mordor doing up the ring, bruv, looking for his precious, bruv, like frigging Gollum, bruv. Hopefully it's a one-way ticket and he stays out there, fam. But no, real talk, I hear he's ducking the law, bruv.
Hey,
Like,
it's a real thing, you know.
Bro, he's been involved, in some mad story that like no one knows about. I don't really want to discuss it because
Man said he's trying to find the ring. Man said he's been trying to find his ring.
Nah, real talk. He's in some mad story right now, bro. Some court cases.
Hey, listen,
players.
Listen.
I want to hear this, bro. Just cut it out. Just cut it out the body.
No, I think we should talk about, because when the news first broke, think about it, yeah. We're talking about half that United squad, are still at Carrington, and man's been given a indefinite leave to go on holiday with his family, and it's like, wait a sec, he's going on holiday, and we're not talking about holiday like 1 or 2 days that people normally do. This guy is on the full, cruise out in flipping Mordor, as you said, trying to cross the River Styx and all that. This guy has gone AFK, like, he's away.
He's avoiding the law, bruv. This guy has been involved in some underhand things, bruv.
You're the one that's been saying that he's been stealing a living, though. So
I told
listen,
Ollie's been. I told man he's been stealing. He's been stealing more than a living, bruv. Like, listen, this guy has been involved in some, bruv. This guy's moving like Leonardo DiCaprio on Wolf of Wall Street, bruv. Like, he's been involved in some underhand things, bruv. Like,
why do you think you don't want to leave? Why do you think you don't want to leave?
that United knew about, and they've been covering it up, fam. Like, this.
Hey, why do you think he didn't want to leave? He said, "Look, I need the peas." That's why he hired all of his boys that were in it around him. He said, "Look, if I'm going down, you're all going down."
I'm telling you,
Fletcher. Who's the other guy that they hired? Judge.
All of them, bro. All of them.
Yeah, man. They're all in cahoots, man.
I'm telling you. I too. If you want it, I'll tell you. I'll send you the link after. People you can't see too right now. So you think that the truth and I are just talking to nobody? That's because he hasn't put his screen on yet. So that's why it's just the two of us. But he is in the atmosphere. He is here. We're not going nuts. But yeah, anyway, bun Ollie in it. And that's all I got to say. I
think this is a good place to start, because look, I'm being serious. I told the group today, I've heard reports that he is on literally the brink. United have been talking to other managers. I think they said, what's his name? Brendan Rodgers leads the chase. But if they want to interim and go for someone in the summer, which seems likely they'll do that, because if they do it now, the club's still in such a mess. There's so much like mess going on. The most likely thing that they'll wait till summer, either keep Ole till summer, which is the last resort, or find an interim where Rangnick is being, was one of the first names here. So at the moment, Man United is like, no one knows what's going on. No one knows what's going on. As I said, it's the weirdest thing to see a manager go on a holiday in the international break for that long, when you got man like Lingard, Martial, Van der Beek, who else? Who's been playing crap? Greenwood, Rashford's trying to get back his fitness. So many players still there at Carrington, and man's just gone, like, trying to evade the law.
Fam, he's trying to do up Pablo Escobar settings, bruv. I told you already, bruv. Man's been listening to Nas and that, bruv. I'm telling you, bruv. Like, on all seriousness, like, it doesn't make sense, innit? Like, you're the manager. Man said Ifa. You're the manager of the football club, and bruv, how can you go on holiday to your home country? It don't make no sense. Obviously, something's gone on. Whether he's running from the law, whether United have basically said, "Look, you just need to go and don't come back," or like me knowing United and the board, bruv, they've actually probably sent him on holiday to Norway for him to come back. He'll probably be back by Monday morning. In all honesty, but. Look, Rodgers would be an idiot to take the job right now. I don't want him. I've always said I didn't want him. I think
Why not?
Look, he's a good manager. I like him. Plays good football.
Yeah.
Bottle job. There's too many. I know they won the FA Cup last year.
You can't be a bottle job if they won the FA Cup. I know. Think about it.
Top four. He's been in pole position twice for top four.
In a position that he shouldn't be in, to be honest.
Of course, if you look at the teams, then yeah, but he's been there, bruv. And remember, he was 15 points clear, and he managed to throw that away. Last season, they were in the same position. Obviously, with Liverpool, even though technically it was Gerrard's fault with the slip, they didn't win the league that season. I think a team like Leicester, the Evertons of this world, I think that's his level. I don't think he can go back to one of the top jobs. Don't get me wrong. I think he'd do well if backed at a Tottenham.
Doesn't he deserve a chance though? That's like saying no matter how good he does with Leicester or Everton or wherever he may decide to go, that he should never ever get a chance at the top side.
He should get a chance, just not Man United. Kind of wouldn't. But I think he should get a chance. I mean, if Arsenal, Tottenham, want him, by all means, go there and see what happens. I mean, if he went to one of your two clubs, got you lot back in the Champions League and won the trophy, then I'd look at him. But for now, I just don't want him, bro. You lot know my feelings. I think this interim thing with Rangnick is perfect because PSG probably won't win the Champions League, which means Poch will be sacked. He'll be available in the summer, and that's where United should be looking at this moment in time with my guy. It's a match made in heaven. It's a match made in heaven. Obviously, you can't get the guy that won Klopp, but I think Poch is the next best thing.
For me, it's a bigger risk, Pochettino, than Brendan Rodgers.
Nah, we've seen what Poch has done, bro.
He hasn't won anything worth shouting about.
Fam, by the time he gets sacked, he would have won a French Cup, bro, and probably the French League.
I'm not counting in the French Cup. If he wins the league, then okay, but I'm even scared that he won't win the league. I think not only that, he'll get sacked before them.
Nah, I think if they go, say for example, they went out in the last 16 of the Champions League, I think they sack him the next day.
Yeah,
they 100% sack him the next day. Now, if that were the case, seeing as realistically, Ollie will come back to the job.
Yeah.
If PSG were to go out in the last 16, what's that, February? Ollie should be buried by then. It could work. He could just walk from one into the other, probably get us FA Cup if he was to walk in February.
With Poch, I say be careful what you wish for, boy. Be careful what you wish for.
I think Poch and us are a match made in heaven, to be honest. I think it works. Look, at the end of the day, as I said, all the other managers are in jobs and they're in big jobs as well. Yeah. So I've got to be realistic. It is realistic that PSG would sack him if they went out after the last 16 in the Champions League. If they went out after a semi-final, they'll probably wait till the end of the season, but it is a real possibility they could sack him. Rangnick, if we bought him in for interim, then bought Poch in and then put him and got rid of that frigging Scottish farmer, Darren Fletcher, from the technical director or whatever his title is, and put him there as the DOF, then, bruv, that's making moves. The Glazers won't do it, but that would be making moves, right? Because then we'd have a man that knows what he's doing as a director of football, Poch, who is a good manager, and he'd have money to spend, because I said, don't get me wrong, the Glazers are a massive problem with the club, but the one thing they have done, which they have done with this Norwegian golem, is that he's had money to spend.
I don't think, this is the issue now, I don't think Man United will have money to spend anymore. I think they're going to spend very little. I think they've shelled out too much money in the last 3 managers, LVG, Mourinho, and Solskjaer. Altogether, it's nearly, I think it's nearly $1 billion.
Yeah,
it's not over $1 billion.
Yeah.
No, it's over $1 billion, yeah.
It's
spent over $1 billion on these 3 managers. And all they've got to show for it is 1 FA Cup, 1 League Cup, and 1 Europa League.
Don't forget the Charity Shield, David Moyes.
Yeah. Well, 2 Charity Shields then. I think Mourinho won it. Yeah, and I'm not even counting. That's true. I'm not even counting Moyes because he barely got any dough to spend. He got like 69 mil. They said.
Yeah, they didn't allow him to
so
spend any money, but that's
just
mainly because
don't know.
players were telling him no.
Yeah, consider how much they have now, how much they spent recently. I just don't think they'll have that money to spend. I think they got to fully recover from COVID, and then see where that takes them. Especially if you guys don't get top 4. Which is huge.
Exactly. I agree with you there. 100%. The way the money's been spent with the club because of Corona, if we were to go out of the group stage of the Champions League again and then not win anything and also not qualify for the Champions League, then whatever manager comes in, that's a massive issue. I think if we make top 4, depending on when Ollie gets sacked, I think it changes things a little bit, but we won't see because obviously we're losing Pogba at the end of the season. At the end of this season, that's a given. Lingard will probably be moved on. Big possibility we could lose Tony as well.
Oh yeah.
If Ollie is still here, January, Donny could seriously be gone as well. So bro, there's a lot of names. Cavani will obviously go. So there's a lot of names that could go, and that could obviously the wage bill and whatnot and blah blah blah. It takes it.
The thing is, the players you mentioned though, you won't be that sad to see them go when you think think
everyone
that
I mentioned, I'll be sad to see go.
No, you'd be sad to see go, but they can be replaced.
Or Labille can't be replaced, bro. You can't replace Labille, bro.
No. Pogba can't be replaced.
Labille can't be replaced.
I'm not talking about Pogba.
Labille with a proper coach, can't be replaced.
Okay, but we haven't seen that.
Yeah.
I'm saying the Pogba right now can be replaced.
The Pogba right now can't be replaced, bro. Because even though he hasn't done it, he's still better than probably everyone else apart from the elite, bro. Apart from the elite midfielders. Like, he's better than all of them. Donny, we know what Donny's capable of. Obviously, he can be replaced, but I don't want to replace him because I know how good he is. Jesse, can be replaced. I like him, but he can be replaced. Tony is my guy, proper coach. Don't get me wrong. All these players that I'm saying, I don't want them to leave, but if this guy is still here, I want them to go so they can go and win things elsewhere. As we know, the curse has already happened, bruv. Anyone that leaves Manchester United goes on and wins something with this man in charge, bruv. So as far as I'm concerned, I want these guys to go out and win things. The guys that we should be getting rid of, Fat Shaw, the Fridge on Toes, McToilet.
Wait, Shaw, come on. Come on, he had a great season last season.
No, he did. He had 2 months.
It was more than 2 months. No. I don't agree. I'm not Shaw's biggest fan. It wasn't 2 months. It wasn't 2 months.
He had 2 months, then went to the Euros, played nobody, and then all of a sudden he was a superstar. And now he's gone back to what Jose said about him, bruv. Whereas he's on the pitch and I think he's fatigued. Mind.
I think he's fatigued.
He's just not good enough. Luke Shaw is not good enough for me, bruv. Tellez is better than him. Tellez is better.
Every time I've seen Tellez hasn't grasped his opportunity for me to say he's better than him.
What do you expect him to grasp when he goes in for one Champions League game and then gets left out?
I expect a player when they come on for 4 minutes to light the world up.
Nah. Bruv, because Tellez will play well, and then Ollie will still bench him. So he can't do nothing. He's never had a run in the side, bruv.
Fair enough.
Bruv. What's it name? Who else do I want rid of, bruv? Who else is there? I know there's someone else, bruv. The Fridge. Well, you know he's not going anywhere. As I said, like, bruv, he can go, bruv. He can be replaced. Easy.
What's that guy's name? Was the defender Lindelof?
I don't mind Linda. Linda's all right. I don't mind Linda. The problem with Linda is he's never had that partner next to him. I think Linda and Varane is better than anyone's better than the Fridge, bruv.
I don't think so.
I'd rather bring back Phil Jones than play the Fridge, bruv.
I think Lindelof is average, like totally average. If you at a big club, if you need a partner, then there's no point of you playing.
Yeah, but everyone needs a partner. Rio needed Vidic needed Rio.
But these two can play individually. Lindelof needs a partner, he looks Shocking.
But then let's be realistic in terms of the elite centre backs. There's very, very few. There's very, very few in this day and age.
I'm not even talking about elite. I'm just talking about. For me, Lindelof is relegation quality.
Nah.
I see no difference between him and some of the defenders. Trust me, TJ, I have seen, we discussed the atrocities at Arsenal. We've seen atrocities. Lindelof is just a better version of Mustafi.
Nah. I think, don't get me wrong, Linda's not a United centre-back, as in, yeah, he should be playing for Manchester United. Like, he's probably a top 10. When I say top 10, I mean like from 6 to 10, kind of defender. Like, not relegation, but 6 to 10. Enough. So like a Everton.
I agree with that.
One of them, Wolves. Like one of them guys, sort of defender. That's why I don't mind Linda. Like, he's good to have his backup. My guy Eric Bailly, bruv, understood the assignment. We're not going to talk about that game because we'll talk about it next week in the Prem show. But he understood the assignment. Again, another guy, bruv, that I rate highly. Like, and when you look at the squad, what we're going to lose bear in mind, this is what we're going to lose if Ollie's still here. If he goes, I genuinely believe that all those players stay.
Can I ask you a question? Actually, I've been thinking about it recently, and Flex alluded to this in one of his podcasts not too long ago. When I deeped it, is this United squad as good as people think it is? And when I mean squad, I mean team. I'm not talking about individuals. I mean team. Because what I saw the other day is that, and what I've been seeing recently, and I know coaching-wise it's an issue, but when you look at Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, a lot of their players' faults don't get highlighted as much. Like, we don't see how much Mount is a headless chicken because his strengths are highlighted more than his weaknesses. We don't know how bad Alonso and Chilwell are because their strengths are highlighted. Rudiger, Thiago Silva, Christensen, we don't see their faults because their strengths are highlighted more. Go to Liverpool, their strengths are highlighted more. We don't see Trent's weaknesses as much as we should.
Yeah, he's not getting exposed.
We know Trent's got loads of weaknesses. We don't see people like Henderson's weaknesses and all that as much as we should because their strengths are highlighted more. But when it comes to United, you just see all of their weaknesses on show. We know Wan-Bissaka's horrible going forward. It's highlighted. We know Shaw has a problem with consistency and he doesn't know what he's doing. We know how bad Maguire is. We know Lindelof. We know De Gea, as great as he is, has mistakes in him. We know McFred. We know the issues with Ronaldo. We're talking about Ronaldo, one of the GOATs. We know his weaknesses. Look at the amount of goals. I think there's no player has had more goal involvements than Bruno Fernandes. I'm probably thinking all leagues, but his weaknesses are so highlighted. So my question to you is, I know there's a definite coaching issue, but the question to you is this United squad as good as people thought it was?
Yeah, it is. It is. I get where I understand where you're coming from. As a team, it's unbalanced, and this is where the issue is. But I still think it's as good as ever. The thing is, no sane person was saying that this squad was good enough to win the league. I think what everyone was saying was it was good enough to challenge, and it is. If you get a proper coach, dealing with this team, the faults aren't highlighted as much. So one of the biggest problems why I say this team is unbalanced is Cristiano Ronaldo. And I know everyone's going to be, oh yeah, Cristiano again. Look, City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, Inter last season, right? Even to a certain extent, PSG. One of the biggest things that these teams do is high press in the modern day game. High press, win the ball back up high octane football, right? You can't do that with Cristiano Ronaldo up top.
Yeah.
So you have to find a way, you have to try and find a way to accommodate. That is what Conte did with Lukaku at Inter Milan. He was like, Lukaku can't do, and it's being highlighted now, Lukaku at Chelsea, that he can't high press. So Conte found a way to accommodate it to get the best out of Lukaku.
Yeah.
Right? Can't remember what they did, to be honest, because I was too focused on Juventus. But this is what you have to do. United are at a point where they've got a 36-year-old Ronaldo that doesn't want to high press. Right? So as a coach, you've then got to look at it and say, I've got to find the pieces to accommodate this. A prime example is when we played Atalanta, the 3-2 at home.
Yeah.
As bad as it was, he still had the pieces to accommodate Cristiano Ronaldo to go out and win that game once he made certain changes. Right? But you're not doing that all the time. It doesn't make sense. If you're going to build the team around the 36-year-old, you have to put the proper pieces together. So, with a Cristiano Ronaldo up top, you should be looking to dominate the football. You have to try and dominate the football so that he doesn't have to do all that running, and all you have to do is serve him. So, what do? In your back four? Obviously Varane's injured, so you got to go with the next best two, which is Linda and Baye. Then it's like, all right, cool. Your fullbacks, it has to be Dalot and Telles. If you're looking to go forward and dominate, it has to be Dalot and Telles. In your midfield, you've got to play Pogba, Donny, and Matic, because those three keep the ball best. And then your two wingers, it has to be. Actually, scratch that. Put Pogba on the left, bring Fred in with Donny and Matic. Then you play Jadon, Pogba, and Cristiano Ronaldo. And what that gives you is...
Bruno?
What? Are you mad for him to give away the ball? I'm talking about dominating the football here. So when you put all those components together, you've got all your players are comfortable on the football, will move to football, have a high position in the football, so that all Cristiano has to do is operate in the width of the penalty area. And also with that, you've got Telles and Darlow. So if you want to cross, you can cross, because they're both good, better crossers of the ball than Luke Shaw or Wan-Bissaka. Paul Pogba, when he was playing out on the left, bruv, he got his 7 assists in the first 3 games, playing out on the left. Jadon, we know what Jadon's about, because we've seen it at Dortmund, right? And then you have Donny. We've seen it at Ajax. So we know Donny's going to be playing the 1-2. And the thing is, all them players there play the 1-2 touch football. And then that accommodates your Cristiano Ronaldo. Me personally, he gets dropped. But it's not going to happen. I have to be realistic. So put the players around him that are going to do in 80% of the games. So I'm talking about the games that you know you're going to dominate at home against low opposition. When you play the big teams, it changes. It changes. But in the games where you know you need to dominate the football, those are the types of players you play around them, because that's what would have happened at City. Pep would have played the De Bruynes and the Bernardo Silvas and the Fodens to facilitate. So all Ronaldo would have had to done is score. All he would have had to do is score. So when you look at the squad, yes, it's good enough, but you have to play the squad that accommodates everybody, and he's not doing that at this moment in time.
Good answer, to be honest. Just before we move on, as a Juve fan, what strikes me is that this is, for me, a carbon copy of Juve season last year. Not in terms of what's going on.
No, I know where you're going.
I saw the games that Juve played last year, and you saw the disconnect. And Pirlo didn't know obviously he was inexperienced and he didn't know what was going on. He's like, on one hand, why do I have this amazing goal scorer that wins games for me or brings us back from the brink? Yet there's a disconnect. The football's not there. There's a disconnect.
Oh, you got on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Me, so yeah, I think I just, yeah. For me, I think that's the most striking thing. Just that it really reminds me of Juve last season. And I know as a Juve fan, you saw it, so you must be. That's why you were so apprehensive of getting another.
It's painful because he gets the numbers, but he makes the team worse. That he makes the team worse, and that's no disrespect on him because I respect what he's done in the game. I respect his career, even though I'm not his biggest fan. You all know why, but he makes teams worse, bro, because everything has to go through him. And he can't hold up a football. He can't get in behind anymore, right? He can't link play. So literally all you're doing is providing him with service. So all it is, get the ball and then mad crosses and hope that he can springboard like Mario, bruv, and head the ball into the net. That's all it is. He doesn't help the team. And that's why there's a massive disconnect, because the team behind him is like, we are trying to play our football, and then we've got this guy that's not really offering us much. But we know if we get him the ball in the right area, he'll score. So it just leaves you with a conundrum, which is why I said he's replaceable. Because if you take him out and bring another striker in that is more conducive for the football team, we play better football and we probably still get the number of goals. I think the only difference is in them key moments, i.e., 2-1 down at Atalanta, i.e., 2-2 against Atalanta, them key moments, he probably scores more than, unless whatever you got elite strikers, fine, but he probably scores more than like a Martial or a Gunwood.
It's probably
and
why
Gunwood's just an experience because we know he can finish.
It's probably why Zidane started bringing him on as a sub and started using him as a sub a lot more, so you got used to that. But
Zidane is Ollie, French Ollie, bruv.
Hey, Two's gonna come at you, fam. Hey, Two, man called you out. He said your boy Zidane.
He's a French
It's
Ollie,
Ollie's
bruv.
understudy.
Nah, I didn't say that. He's a French Ollie, bruv.
Oh. Hey, Two's gonna come for you. Let's move on for the other big news, which was Gerrard to Villa. We don't give Villa time. What do you think about? I've got my thoughts there, but what do you think about everything in general? Them sacking Smith, Gerrard getting the job, leaving Rangers, where he's done very well. What is your thoughts?
A bit sorry for Dean Smith. Obviously, he's built Villa up, brought them back up from the Championship to the Premier League. Can't remember where they finished last season, but they were no disgrace to the league. Played some good stuff. Obviously, losing Jack in the summer is going to be a big loss, but he brought some good names in, man. There's some good names in that squad. Obviously, Danny Inzaghi, my guy Leon Bailey, my fellow Jamaican, bro, I can't remember anyone else because Leon Bailey's the important one, bro. but he's brought some good... Yeah, Buendia as well, who's a baller. But he's brought some good signings and it just hasn't worked. I mean, ironically, they haven't won since they won at Old Trafford. I mean, if he could play United every week, he probably would under Ollie, bruv. But yeah, it's unfortunate. It just hasn't worked out for him. Pulled the trigger a little bit too early. I think he deserved more time, but we know how ruthless it can be, and Aston Villa can't afford to go down. They're 16th at the moment in the league. So I can understand it. Stevie G getting the job. Don't get me wrong, he's done a good job at Rangers. Obviously, went unbeaten last season with Rangers, brought them back to the summit. Obviously, Rangers is my Scottish team, bruv. He's done well. What is it? 2.5 years he's been at Rangers. Obviously stole the title back from Celtic after like 10, 11 years or some mad stat like that. So yeah, I'm intrigued because it's one thing managing the Scottish League where it's just coming up against Celtic, and then if Aberdeen want to turn up on the day, then yeah, but apart from that, there's nothing else in it. This is a whole different kettle of fish. You're going from a league where you dominated to going into a league where you've got at least 8 to 9 squads that are better than yours. And you're going to be going up against adversity. In the Scottish League, it was Celtic. It was just Celtic. Mm-hmm. Now you've got the Big Six, then you've got the Leicesters and the West Hams of this world that you're also competing with. So it's going to be interesting times. It's going to be a baptism of fire for him. It's not going to be easy, but it's just wait and see, to be honest, because I don't think we've seen enough to be able to judge him on what his style is and what he's going to bring to Aston Villa just based on Rangers.
I think, just like you, I'm intrigued. I think it is a huge, huge risk on Villa's part. And I think, not even a risk, I think it has more negatives than it does positives, because you're getting rid of a manager who is experienced in Smith in terms of just building a team, getting a team, this is nothing different from Dean Smith is used to. He's used to Villa being scrapping, he'll know how to change it around and get out of there. And you're bringing in as much, for me, being controversial, Gerrard probably didn't deserve the Rangers job. His privilege, I don't want to say, but you know what I mean?
We know.
His privilege got him a job. But that being said, he did do very well. Like, that can't be understated. He did do well. That being said, as you mentioned about the teams and the pressure, there's no hiding place in the Premier League. In Scotland, you can get away with your passionate football and just making your players more up than the other side. In England, in the Premier League, it's a lot more than that. It's a lot more. You can't just be passionate every game.
We're seeing what passion is getting Man United, bro.
I'm telling you, you can't just be passionate every game. Teams have got strategies. They are looking at you every in depth. And one thing from Rangers, I didn't quite see what their style of football was.
I'm sorry, people. You can't see what Two just wrote in the chat, bruv. He just called Steven Gerrard. Bruv, no, Two, because that's a disrespect to Simeone, bruv.
I know. Don't even disrespect Simeone like that.
Man called him the English Diego Simeone.
It's a real baptism. It's a real baptism. In fact, I'm so intrigued because I want to see what his style of football is. I want to see what he's going to do. As I said, you just can't get away with saying, come on, lads, let's go and win it for the fans. Let's throw 110% out there, guys. Leave everything on the pitch. That's not going to cut it in the Premier League. Yeah, it might win you 1 or 2 games, but over the course of the season, when you have to travel to Selhurst Park in December, and no matter what you say, some players are just like, don't know if you could get up for this game, or you have to travel to Brentford, the community stadium, and and you're in for a battle. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. But look, he deserves his opportunity. He deserves the opportunity. Let him learn baptism by fire.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, baptism by fire. So you tell the truth, this is where Fat Frank should have gone. He should have gone to these clubs instead of going straight to the Chelsea job.
Yeah, fam. He's apparently in the running for the Norwich job, bro. So
that's his level. That's his level.
You going down, bro.
No, but that's the thing. I think managers like your Gerrard. I think managers like Gerrard and Lampard need to face that adversity. And what we have to stop doing in the Premier League is making that be the reason that they never get picked for another top job. Look at Moyes. Moyes had to go the long route round. He fought his way back. He fought his way back, and now West Ham are third, and that's credit to him.
No, he's pulling up trees out there.
Yeah, man.
The thing is with Stevie G at Villa, bruv, it's Villa. Like, this is a massive club.
I know.
It's a big fan base with history. So my whole thing is that if things aren't going well, they're going to let him know. they are going to let him know. And then this is where the problem comes in, car. They're going to be like, well, you're inexperienced. You don't really know what you're doing. Scottish League is shit. So you're not bringing much to the table. So he's going to have to adapt fast, right? Because if they're seeing this long ball Sam Allardyce football with the players that he's got at his disposal, it's not going to cut it. And go on.
You know what, the interesting thing? I don't know if the players are going to be like, this is Steven Gerrard, a Premier League legend. I don't know if he's got that kind of... I don't know if he's got that kind of pull. I know he's a legend, but do you think the players in Aston Villa are thinking, this is Gerrard? Do you think Buendia, Leon Bailey are like...
I was just going to say the English players will, but the foreign players won't.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, Vieira going Selhurst Park.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone there is like,
come on,
this is Patrick Vieira.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, going to be like, ooh, and Gerrard, you didn't win a Premier League, mate. What are you going to do for us? You know, so yeah, that's another thing. We have to wait and see.
100%. I can't wait. I want to see what happens. I want to see if he's got a style of play. I want to see if he's learned anything, especially from the way how Fat Frank went before Two made the call, bruv.
Two been struggling with Ole though. This has been a long-term project for Two.
Two knows, yeah, bruv. This is a long-term thing, bruv. It's like The Wire, bruv. So do you think Vieira still puts Vicks on his shirt?
Hey, have you not seen his suits? His suits like it's got a little blotch on his tie. Man's trying to breathe out here, man. That corona stops people from breathing. Man's trying to breathe out here.
Oh man! Hey, two. Real talk. Because we're gonna we need you on. Because we're gonna quickly. We need to talk to you quickly about Eddie Howe, bruv. So if you're in your don't worry if you're in your boxes. Where were you saying now for?
This guy, we want to know about Eddie Howe. We want to know how you feel about Eddie Howe.
Bruv. It's not going to take long. Imagine when negotiating with something that people can't see, bro.
That's the joke. Oh my days, shall we just drop on Eddie Howe?
Bruv. Stop hiding.
The world wants to know what you think about Eddie Howe.
I want to know what you think about Eddie Howe, bruv. Don't type it in the chat either. We want to hear from you verbally. He said, I'm in bed, fam.
Fair enough, man. Man is just vibing to our session, fam. Okay,
that's all right, that's no worries. All right, truth.
I was actually going to jump on Arsenal.
Oh, no, we're saving Arsenal. Don't worry, because obviously you got the big game of the weekend next weekend. So don't worry, we got Arsenal.
No, but that's the thing. I wanted to get in there before that because everyone's been flipping, kissing Arteta's bum cheeks like he's done.
You'll get your moment, bro. That's what we're starting with next week. Arsenal versus Liverpool, bro. That's take the heat off me for a week, bro. I've been on the spotlight for about 3 weeks.
No. We need games. Fam, you have made Ole go missing. We don't know.
Nah. Two did the business still, bro. He made a phone
call, Two.
So he couldn't get him sacked, so he got him kidnapped.
Some serious gang business is going on there, man. Hey, Two, I never knew you were moving like that. I may need to call you after that Liverpool game for a certain Lego man. Lego head, they call him.
True. Before we wrap up, though, bro, if we take a look at the Premier League table, at the moment, obviously Chelsea on top, 26 points. City and West Ham joint with 23, joint second with 23. Liverpool on 22 and fourth. You lot on 20. And United, Brighton, and then Wolves and Tottenham, and then the final. Crystal Palace make the top 10. Obviously, it's 10 points between Tottenham in ninth and Chelsea in first. Mm-hmm. When you look at the league table, 11 games gone. You know, it's still early in the season. Are you seeing any patterns developing at the moment? Do you think that the way how the league is now could potentially, or probably move Liverpool and West Ham around, could potentially be the way how the league finishes come the end of the season?
The joke is, yes, it's early, but 11 games. Remember, Alex Ferguson said after the first 10 games, you kind of see a shape develop, and teams are kind of where they should be.
But because it's so tight, that's why I'm like...
Yeah, this one is... I can't predict to you what is going to happen. Who predicts Liverpool destroy Man United, then go and draw to Brighton, then go and lose to West Ham. Man City lose to Palace, annihilate Man United. Chelsea dominate Burnley, got a draw with them. After 3 games, people were talking about Arsenal for relegation. Now we're halfway to safety. 20 more points. 20 more points and we're safe.
Arsenal are 5th, 2 points behind Liverpool. If they win on the weekend, they go into 4th in Champions League position. This guy's talking about halfway to safety.
20 more points and we're safe. That's all I'm looking at. So for the first time, I'm looking at the table after 10 games and I'm saying we are no closer to knowing what's going to happen. Like, I think even at Christmas time, there's going to be some confusion because I'm maybe one of the few, but I'm not convinced on Chelsea. I'm not convinced on Chelsea. I know that may be shocking. They've only conceded 4 goals, in 11 games. They've scored 27. I know it may seem shocking, but there's just something missing with this Chelsea team. Something's missing. I can't quite put my finger on it.
The fat man.
Even when he was there, they were still getting through more games than they should have. I'm looking at the Brentford game.
Oh, the Brentford game. Oh my gosh, I don't understand.
They should have been. They should have lost some points there. There was another game that they pulled out. I can't remember which one. Who was the one that Mendy got 2 man of the matches? There was
Who
2.
did they play, bruv? Who did they play? And it was Brentford. I can't remember the other one. I'm not going to lie to you. I think they were at home as well for the second one that you're talking about.
There was that Aston Villa game as well.
Yes, the Aston Villa game. It was the Aston Villa game because they should have lost that game. They should have lost that game. So Mendy's been pulling up trees for them, to be fair.
And then they couldn't flip in score because they're missing their striker. But then Lukaku hasn't been prolific, so they're like. So there's something quite not there with Chelsea. But that being said, you'd rather be in their position than anyone else. You haven't quite clicked, but you're top of the league by 3 points.
Top of the league by 3 points. And this is the thing. My whole thing is that, don't get me wrong, Mendy saved them a lot, but they've got the most clean sheets. The defensive structure is pretty good. Their midfielders have been contributing, got a lot of goals, as is Reece James. As is their defense. I think the only issue that I have for Chelsea is the fact that whether it be Lukaku, whether it be Werner, or Havertz,
or whoever false 9,
whoever's playing that number 9 role just isn't clicking. It could be time. Like, at the end of the day, as you said, they're 3 points clear at this point, and their team's not firing yet. If those strikers start scoring, which we all expect Lukaku to do, then that could take them out of sight at this moment in time. It could take them out of sight.
I think Man City for me personally, I know a lot of people said it was controversial. I know Rashford disagree, but the Man City-Liverpool game still shows me that those 2 are the team to beat. And I know Liverpool lost against West Ham, but it's like, that one, you can't put your finger on why Liverpool are losing these games defensively, to be honest, because Van Dijk's there. Like last season, everyone said, they lost these points because Van Dijk wasn't there. But now they're conceding goals.
They are conceding. I mean, obviously, the West Ham was the first game that they lost in all competitions this season.
Yeah, 25.
But they've conceded a lot of goals.
Yeah, a lot. So
considering like Van Dijk is there, and for Liverpool, I just think it's it's their midfield for me. I just don't. I think losing Wijnaldum.
I was about to touch on that. Yeah, totally correct.
Has been massive for them. They just because we know if Henderson starts, we know if Fabinho's fit, he starts. Yeah. But that other position, they've tried Keita, who don't get me wrong, was actually playing well before he got injured. They've got Oxlade-Chamberlain in there. Sometimes it's Curtis Jones. They just haven't filled that, and I think that's been a big issue with them, as well as Andy Robertson not really contributing going forward as well. I think those are the two biggest things. I'm sorry, you're going to go say about Wijnaldum.
Yeah, I think, the Wijnaldum thing was bigger than even I thought, to be honest. I didn't know how much in tandem him and Fabinho just clicked. Like, when you play for a person for long and then you perfectly understand each other. So they both knew, and Fabinho knew when Wijnaldum was going without them even communicating. Now you're seeing those things happen, and it's being highlighted because there isn't that same communication between him and Thiago, between him and Keita, with him and Oxley, with him and Curtis Jones. So it's kind of all over the place, and they're being exposed more than Van Dijk would like.
Yeah.
There's a few times he's been looking around saying, "What the hell is going on here?"
That's it, man.
Not the team that I left.
This is it, Van Dijk. You got Van Dijk throwing his arms up in the air and be like, "Bridget, what's going on in front of me?" Like this isn't what I signed up for. Like I'm the best centre back in the world. You know what I mean? Like, and you lot are letting the side down. But we all know Liverpool are going to be there and thereabouts. I mean, obviously it's interesting to see with the Africa Cup of Nations.
I forgot about that.
What 419s they can do to keep their players, bro. Because we know out of all the big teams, Liverpool, the big six, Liverpool are the ones that it's going to cost the most. In terms of Africa Cup of Nations, they're going to be the most crippled.
Salah, Mane,
Keita, Matip. Yeah, exactly.
No,
he's French.
Yeah,
well, obviously he's Af, but he's French. Yeah.
They're losing I think just losing Salah is just damaging enough. You can't replace Salah.
Well, he's got 10 goals and 7 assists this season already.
You know what? If anything's going to lose someone the league, losing Salah is going to lose them the league.
You know the biggest stroke? Him, Mane and Firmino are in the top 10 in goals scored. Mane's got 6, Firmino's got 4. So, like, losing 2 out of the 3 of those guys, bro, it's crazy for Liverpool. In terms of, we know what City's about. We've seen it. I still think that striker thing is going to cause them a problem, because even you said it, even though you're trying to banter, they don't score many goals.
As much as they should,
Yeah, and they look like they're struggling to score goals at this moment in time. So don't get me wrong, it might click. It might just be a thing where, but like,
I don't think it'll click. You need a goal scorer.
You need a goal scorer. 100% you need a goal scorer.
Shall I tell you what made you know that they need a goal scorer? Pep, even though everyone in the Manchester derby could see that Man City were dominating the game, Pep was losing his hair because he knew at 1-0 and the amount that they may pay for all the chances missed. And even myself, I thought, this City side is going to pay for missing all of these chances, and all of the football and everything is going to waste. You cannot be dominating a game the way they were against United and only have 1 goal up until the 47th, 48th minute. That goal was so important to them, because I believe if they went in at 1-0, it may have been a different second half.
No.
No. Based on history. If
you only have 4 touches in the opposition box, it was never going to change.
Think about it. If Solskjaer would have changed to, as I said, playing the 4-2-3-1 instead of 3 at the back, which I told you was never going to work, because City now know how to play against 3 at the back. They've done it to Chelsea. No, they did just as bad to Chelsea. They dominated that game. But remember, they only won that game 1-0 as well.
It's the biggest stroke. Most dominant 1-0 ever, bruv.
Yeah, so that's going to cause them an issue. And this is why they have lost 2. Yeah, that's why they have lost 2 and drawn 2. So, it's going to be hard to predict. It's going to be hard to predict.
It is going to be hard to predict. And then you got obviously teams like West Ham and Brighton just throwing a spanner in the works and basically saying that, hey, West Ham are saying we're here to stay, bruv.
Yeah.
David Moyes is saying, I've got these guys do it. I do believe they are a Mikel Antonio injury away from falling away.
Yeah.
Literally.
They're any injury. Ogbonna has damaged his cruciate, and that is huge. Yeah, losing Ogbonna is huge, and that's how it starts. You lose one important player, you lose another important player. They're still in the Europa League. It just starts to take its toll.
They pretty much qualified from the Europa League, though. To be fair,
this is where it's going to start taking its toll, though, because now the games come thick and fast between here and December. And there's no place to rest for small squads.
This is it. That's why I said. That's why because I think they got a new stakeholder, bro.
Yeah,
in the club. So apparently that may release some funds for them.
Maybe they may need it.
I think the priority has to be to buy a backup centre forward. Has to be to buy a backup centre forward
for sure.
And then
in between as well in December.
Exactly. And then in between that, you got the Wolves and the Tottenhams of this world. Obviously, we're waiting to see what Conte does with Tottenham. Wolves are they're eighth. They're quietly going about their business.
Yeah, everyone's surprised because they had not a horrible start, but they were slow to start. But then the manager's slowly getting his ideas across. Credit to him because it was a rough start for him, but you could see how he was trying to work things out. Playing different people in different positions. Traore had a run, but then his end product wasn't good enough. Huang started, so
he's playing with that baby oil too much. That's why, bro.
I'm telling you. So, Matt, look, and let's not. For me, the team of the season, apart from West Ham, gonna have to put Palace up there.
No, Palace have played good football.
Palace are playing based on the football that they've played. No one thought Palace had it in them because we all got used to Roy Hodgson. So credit to Palace. You look at the table now, and you're just thinking. Remember the back in the day where you had good runs. And you'd be like, yeah, you know what? We could go Selhurst Park. We can go Goodison. We can go to Amex. We can go to Upton Park. It's a decent run. You're looking at those games now. You're like,
oh, this is long, bro. This is long, bro.
That's what you're feeling,
bro. Going to Brighton Stadium is just long for United.
Yeah, exactly.
The record is so poor. Even Selhurst Park.
Exactly.
It's a night at Selhurst Park, bro. It's always caused us problems.
It's not easy. Nowhere. You go all the way through, and you're trying to find. Look, you go all the way through the league now, and you will say, apart from Norwich. And
apart from Norwich, you don't
maybe Newcastle
at this moment in time. But I think Eddie Howe's going to get them playing good football, though.
I think they're in trouble. I think Eddie Howe put them in trouble. I want to hear two. I think Eddie Howe puts them in trouble, mate.
I think the only thing with Eddie Howe is he has to. I think the problem will come from leaking goals. Yeah. Because of the way if you think about the way how he played at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
So I think the attacking players will thrive. So the Callum Wilsons, the St. Maxis, the Almirons will all thrive, and Joe Linton will all thrive with him going forward. But defensively, we know how bad they are as it is. I think that's where the problem lies. So I think he's got to change the mindset from what Steve Bruce was doing. Okay, so let's play attacking football, but defend. I think he has to just go in there and basically say, until January, we're just gonna have to try and outscore everybody else. Literally have to try and outscore everybody else.
They're joint last right now.
It's crazy.
I don't know what he does. I don't have faith.
I'm not worried for them.
That last season at Bournemouth.
It was bad
for me. But they had, when you think I know King was in and out injured, but they had King, Wilson, Fraser.
And he's worked with Wilson, so he'll know his game at Newcastle.
Yeah, that's the one plus, but I think January couldn't come fast for him. He needs recruits, and they need big recruits.
Don't get me wrong. Between now and if he is in this position, come the end of December, and they're still joint last, Yeah, I think it's time to start sweating.
I think it's time to start. If I gets replaced, if replace him in January, hey, these Saudis won't joke around, you know.
Man said Sam Allardyce to the rescue.
Wait,
bring us back. Remember,
can you imagine that?
He got kicked out of Newcastle. Could you imagine if he went back? Because they kicked him out. They kicked him out of Newcastle. So listen, he could. Nah. I honestly think Newcastle will be fine. But the Premier League table at this moment in time, it's like a bag of Skittles at the moment. Yeah. Apart from the big three, you're just looking at everyone else and they're all jostling for position, and it's just like we'll see what happens. We'll see if there's anything goes on in December. If not, we'll probably have the same conversation and be like, I still don't know what's going to happen. But the only thing that can be guaranteed is that Norwich are going down, especially if they hire Frank Lampard, and that as long as Ollie's at United, they're not making the Champions League or winning any trophies. I think apart from that, everything else you can't predict, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll agree.
But people, let us know what you think in the comments section. Let us know where you think Ollie is hiding. Is he in Mordor? Is he in Pablo Escobar? Is he in fucking caves? Is he with Bin Laden, bruv? Is he with Bin Laden out there, bruv? Let us know where you think Ollie is right now. Also, let us know what you... what was the other thing? What did we talk about second, bruv? Oh, Aston Villa. Let us know what you think about Dean Smith being sacked. Steven Gerrard, do you think he's going to be successful at Aston Villa? Do you think he's going to have a tough time? Let us know what you think about the state of the Premier League table as well. Who do you think is going to finish where? We know it's early doors, but we don't mind having a little prediction and see what happens at this moment in time. And as usual, before we go, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. Share. As I say all the time, we are here. I want to say thank you very much to my guy, The Truth. And even though you can't see him, thank you to Tooth for listening. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Tooth comes in for his football knowledge, right?
Coming up, what have we got coming up? What is coming up? What's coming up? What's it? You know what? It's Rob. Listen, because I've been at my mum's. I hadn't had time to jump on with two to review 268. Now, and I haven't had the time. That's why I said Monday, but two to jump on, so that's why we only got a boxing done. Yeah. I'm going to try and get 269 done for you, as well as getting because obviously this weekend is Holloway and Yair Rodriguez. So we're gonna try and get all of that done for you with two. Obviously, Footie Chat will be back next week as well. I think it's still too soon for Crawford Porter, so we won't have that for you at the moment in time. But yeah, people, as we always say, stay safe out there, and we shall see you very, very soon. Peace.